in the interest of the Lydia Lewis children. Okay, this is a hearing. Jordan's with the foster mom. He's been determined that he has some diagnosis and he's going to need services for a long time. But foster mom's helping him. He kind of goes through spells where he has tantrums and doesn't have tantrums. Evelyn's with the paternal grandma. I'm very disappointed with the violation of my court's orders for multiple reasons. I'm upset with grandma. I'm upset that mom allowed these things to occur when she knows better. And don't give me, I didn't know, because I'm not buying it. We've been through this 3 or 4 times. Fortunately, the kids, Evelyn's doing good. Jordan's doing well. I'm going to order that nobody is to pay any of the parents' bills, rent, give them gas money, etc. They've made this bed. They can figure it out themselves. I'm tired of people trying to help them out. And if they want their kids returned, they need to put their money where their mouth is and show us that they can do it. So that's going to be in order. And Mr. Wilson, or I guess it's your case, you may begin.
It is my case, Judge. Thank you. Good morning. Can y'all still hear me? Okay. Everybody
Yes,
just disappeared for a second. Good. So regarding what you just said, Judge, the department's disappointed too. There does seem to maybe be, we're not making excuses, but maybe some extenuating circumstances. We're a little worried about this placement holding and need to find some ways to maybe give that grandmother some respite or some breaks or something to help kind of keep things together till we get to the end of this case in a few months. The case is going okay. Mom seems to have possibly turned a corner and is providing lots of certificates and things that she's done. She's notwithstanding those visits, she's doing what the department expects her to do, what she's supposed to do. And we're getting hopeful that we're going to have a positive end to this case. Apparently, we've had a recommendation from mom's therapist to begin some unsupervised contact, so that needs to get talked about.
No, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't want to hear it because she's been having plenty of unsupervised contact that was not court ordered, so I don't want to hear it. I'm not doing that now. I'm mad. I'm not doing that right now. No, absolutely. I mean, does the therapist know that the order violated about multiple times? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know that, Judge.
Yeah, no, yes, not happening. Not happening.
All right. Well, that's I think that's where we're at today as far as the department's concerned. We just need to keep the wheels on and keep these orders complied with and keep moving forward.
I mean, I think the respite is a good idea. I don't know who that could be though, but we can talk to everybody about that.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Do you need any witnesses?
I don't think so. Ms. Dela Cruz is here. If anybody wants to hear from her, I'm sure there'll be something she needs to tell us about or chime in on at some point. But in terms of taking testimony from her, I don't plan to do that.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Wright?
Judge, I would call Marcy Dela Cruz.
Okay.
Ms. Dela Cruz, can you tell us what additional things mom is doing at this point on her own?
So, Sydney Lewis has sent me some screenshots of potential classes that she's taken. On these screenshots, it says that she would have to pay for the certificate, but in the screenshot, it says that she has, there's a certificate for foundations of autism awareness and support, introduction to autism awareness and support, autism spectrum disorder in early childhood, and I believe one other one, children with autism in school environment. I've asked her to send me her payment history for like her rent, and I've asked her to send me NAAA log sheets, the pay that she gets from her employer, and her like sobriety goals and things of that nature. And so she has sent me a list of all these things. I have shared that with the ad items this morning. But she, we're next thing we're going to discuss is doing some financial planning.
Okay.
So
So at this point, has she done all the services that the department has asked her to do?
to my knowledge, yes, she's still working with her therapist, which will be ongoing.
Okay. And
She's testing.
do you have therapy records?
I believe Deb Tabor just emailed me something, but she hasn't sent me a whole lot of records. We've talked on the phone.
Okay.
Mhm.
And your attorney said her recommendation was to start some unsupervised visits, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking at it right now. It says I'm recommending that Sydney Lewis have unsupervised contact with her children. She's maintained her home employment and has been consistent on her therapy and all of her visits. Please contact me if you have any questions regarding therapy services and this recommendation.
Okay. And was Miss Tabor aware of these unsupervised visits that took place?
I'm not sure. I can't remember if we discussed that or not.
And can you tell us how many unsupervised visits took place? Unsupervised, unauthorized, I guess I should say.
To my knowledge, two. They were over 2 weekends.
Okay. And was it the whole weekend? Was it a day? What did that look like?
From what I understand, it was Friday to Sunday.
Okay. And do you know when those took place? Like what month?
I don't. I really don't. It was prior to me being on this case. And I didn't, I wasn't informed of what dates.
Okay. And to your knowledge, how is the child doing?
I think she's doing well. I mean, she's a young 8-year-old girl who's gone through some trauma, back and forth from placement to placement and things of that nature. This is her third time in CPS care. But so she has some defiance things, but other than that, I think she's doing well.
Okay. And do you think at this point it would be appropriate for Miss Lewis to start, helping transport the kiddo to therapy, things like that?
Yes.
Okay. And do you see any danger in starting that?
No danger per
Okay.
se, no.
Um, and let's talk about Jordan. So what are his diagnoses?
Autism, and then he has a developmental delay,
Okay.
global developmental delay.
And has mom been allowed to be in any of those doctor's appointments or things to learn about his diagnoses?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. Do you think that would be appropriate for her to learn about what's wrong with him
Yes,
and how to deal with that?
yes,
And do you think it would be appropriate to find mom some sort of autism parent class or something? I mean, that's kind of what she's trying to do on her own. Agree?
yes, yes. And I have sent her some resources that she's looked into. Baylor University has one that's virtual, and I sent her 2 others as well. So we're definitely working on that.
Okay. And then the bottom line, if this placement falls apart, there's nowhere else for this child to go as far as family, correct?
That's correct.
And that's why Jordan is in foster care, correct? Because there's no other family to take him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Anybody have any questions of Ms. De La Cruz?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay.
Starting with the certificates, Ms. De La Cruz, when did you receive those?
Let me look.
Well, I guess I just mean, was it past couple of days or what?
Yeah, it's just recently, over the weekend, I believe is when she started taking them.
And you just sent those to us about 5 minutes ago, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it says on it that it is a sample certificate, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have no way of knowing whether or not she actually took the course, since usually you have to pay for a course before you take it, right?
I don't know. I mean, there's one screenshot she
Okay,
sent
well,
that
well,
says,
wouldn't you prefer to have the official certificate so that you know a client had actually attended something?
yes,
Okay,
these certificates are costing $30 a piece, apparently.
well, that's what courses cost, right? So you attend a course, you pay for the course, correct?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, so we don't know for sure that she actually attended these because what we have is a sample certificate, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so on the next issue, as it relates to rent, I want to talk about that a little bit. Isn't it true that Mrs. Spray has paid on a number of occasions rent for Miss Lewis? At least according to Miss Spray.
I'm aware of at least 1 month. And I believe she's helped previously, is what she's told me.
Okay, have you asked for an accounting for that for the full time that Sydney's been there?
I have. And
Have you received the full accounting? I know we have 3 months, but have we received it for the full time she's been there?
so I haven't received it from Miss Spray yet because she needed Sydney Lewis's approval. And so I had reached out to Sydney and asked her, and she said she would be fine with giving that approval. Not sure if that occurred, but Sydney did send me her list of, I mean, a list that she has of all of her payments.
Okay, and I'm looking at that list and on 7/15/25, I'll give you a second to pull it up. It says she got a payment of $773 for like a welcome home, kind of a free upfront payment. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then it also says she got a move-in special for $900, and it was a concession for the flood. And that was in July. So her July rent was paid with flood money from the apartment complex, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so that would have been something that Mrs. Spray arranged for her to have, so she'd have free rent that month,
I believe so.
even though there was no flood damage. Is that correct?
I don't know for sure, but I think, yeah, I don't know that they had any flood damage.
Okay, and then in June, there was also another welcome home payment for $963, which looks like it was comped as well. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know what the welcome home card payment is, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll ask Miss Spray. But as far as you know, she's received money for flood concessions and she's also received money from Miss Spray. So we are unable to determine what her financial stability would be. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Has Miss
correct.
Spray also indicated to you that um, Sydney does not stay at the apartment complex? She doesn't see her there very often?
Yes, Sydney has actually shared that with me as well.
Okay, so Sydney pretty much lives at Johnny's house. Is that correct?
She stays there from time to time.
Okay. And then in terms of it not being a danger for Sydney to drive, Evelyn, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. When you went out and visited isn't it true that what Monica indicated to us was that, or Miss Spray, was that uh, Sydney took Evelyn, the little girl, to Johnny's house, her sister's house, and let her stay there for the weekend? Is that what you recall?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
On one
And
occasion, I believe. Yeah.
okay. And we don't know where she was on the other occasion?
No.
Okay. And did she indicate to you or to one of us what the condition of little Evelyn was when she returned, physical condition?
I recall someone, I don't think that Miss Spray actually shared with me specifically, but that Evelyn, I guess, returned dirty, maybe disheveled. Yeah.
Okay, you remember something generally about that.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
when you went and visited Johnny's house to, take a second or third look at whether or not she could be appropriate placement, who did you go with?
Flag, Pell.
Okay, and can you tell me what you saw at the home?
Uh, upon arrival, there, I believe it's her husband, Johnny's husband, was there with the kiddos, and we saw what I recognized that stood out the most was a couple trash cans that Johnny said, hadn't been taken out in a while because the trash man, whatever, but there was beer cans overflowing. There was two beer boxes at least laying on the ground in the yard, and then some beer cans kind of lined up and stacked up on a bench up near the house.
Okay. What happened? What did you see when you entered the home?
We were not allowed in the home. We were there unannounced, and they said they weren't expecting us, and we didn't enter the home.
Who is they?
Johnny, Sydney, and I guess Johnny's husband. I didn't really speak to him, but he was present.
Okay, and that's the home where Miss Lewis has indicated that Evelyn stayed. Is that correct?
Yes.
During one of the unauthorized visits.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, wouldn't you have some concern that that might be dangerous for Evelyn to be in that house?
In that house, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, when she already violated one court order, what assurances would we have that she wouldn't take, if she was unsupervised, that she wouldn't take Evelyn back to that house?
I can't answer that.
Okay, so we don't have any assurances she wouldn't take her back, and it would be a danger if she went there. Is that correct?
I believe so. I would limit the time frame, and I would only allow her to transport Evelyn to visits to see her brother, and certain things of that nature. Not giving her enough time to actually take him or take her over there until we were able to trust that she
But
could follow the court orders.
but we don't know. Well, she can't follow court orders clearly. She just violated them. So how are we, you see why I'm saying that could be dangerous. I'm going to move on. Isn't it true that Monica also allowed Evelyn to see Mr. Oliva?
I believe she shared that with you, and you shared that with me. I'm not sure. Monica's not shared that with me.
Okay. Judge, I think that's all for Miss De La Cruz right now.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Grove, any questions?
Judge, as much as I would like to explore free rent payments and a beer party in violation of court orders, in the interest of the court's time, I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I have just one couple more follow-up for Ms. De La
Okay.
Cruz quickly. Ms. De La Cruz, what assurances do you have that the placement's going to follow the court orders?
I guess it's the same response. I don't know.
Right, because this wasn't just mom, right? I mean, the placement knew the rules, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she also let the child see the dad. I mean, and he's in jail right now. So does that cause you concern?
Yes. I mean, it does. I do believe that Evelyn is well taken care of at Miss Spray's residence. It's every time I've been there, I've recognized Evelyn is clean and happy and healthy and getting her needs met. I believe before I took on this case, there wasn't a whole lot of, I don't know how to explain that, but I asked a lot of questions, and I found out that she's been struggling. Miss Spray has been struggling with needing help, needing more supervision. I've asked her for other family, other friends names, and I believe she has reached out to her family for help, but it would be even more beneficial considering Sydney lives in the same complex that Monica works at. Evelyn would be dropped off at that complex from the bus. I mean, it's just, it definitely is convenient for her, for Miss Spray.
Okay. And isn't it true that the reason you found out about these unsupervised visits is because Sydney came forward? Sydney told me and I told you.
Actually, well, yes. Okay. When there was one day. Yes. That Monica, yes, you're correct.
Right. And then you don't know as far as the home, whatever that home card or whatever it said. I mean, we don't even know what that is, right?
That's correct.
The only one we know that she gave her a concession on is the one that says concession, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was for July 14th.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, to your knowledge, Miss Lewis hasn't been evicted, right? She's been able to pay her bills somehow, correct?
That's correct. She is late on a regular basis, and what I understand is she, there, from what Miss Spray has shared with me, that if she is late anymore, that she could potentially be evicted.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Anybody else?
Your Honor, I had a couple of follow-up questions for Jordan.
Okay.
Ms. De La Cruz, I understand that Jordan has been very aggressive at his school, and it's my understanding from the foster parents that he may be getting close to having them discharge him. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in that regard, they have requested a special school for him, which has about, it has more one-on-one, almost twice the one-on-one oversight for Jordan that they would like to place him in for his special needs. Is that correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me what he was diagnosed with? Do you recall?
Autism spectrum disorder and global developmental delay.
Right. And it was level 2 requiring substantial supports. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So they are, is my understanding also that that subsidies, childcare subsidies are not accepted at that particular school or any of the others that they could locate. So the full amount would need to be paid. Is that correct?
That's what it sounds like. That's
Okay.
what they shared with us. Yeah.
Okay. So they're requesting that the department pay for childcare, which is appropriate for this autism level 2 child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's my understanding it runs about the same as a regular childcare. It just doesn't get the subsidies.
That's what it looks like, a little bit more,
Okay.
but pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay. Do you feel like that there is a need for Jordan to have that specialized level of care?
Yes,
More?
ma'am, I do.
Okay. Do you believe that there may be continued disruptions at lower level daycares if we continue to move him around where they have the CCMS subsidy?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. That is all I have for Ms. De La Cruz. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Judge, I'd like to ask a few follow-up questions
Okay.
about that. Ms. De La Cruz, is there a particular school that they've asked for Jordan to go to?
Yes, sir, there is.
Have you checked out that school?
No, I haven't had a chance to.
Okay. Is it possible they live, where do they live? Or generally where do they live?
They live in
Not too
Georgetown.
far, not too far from here, I was gonna say.
Okay. Well, depending on how close or how far, I guess, from Austin or that greater area, there may be options for schools, that school or other schools that might be appropriate for him as well. Is that possible?
I'm sure there could be other options.
Doesn't the department have a daycare specialist or liaison or somebody that can help?
Yes, they do. Yes. And
Okay.
I've reached out to her and left her a voicemail. And I
Okay,
plan to email her as well.
okay. So the department's not taking the position that, no, this child doesn't need to go to this school, we just want to find the best fit with the budget we've got. Is that a fair way to say that?
Yes, sir.
Because we like it or not, we do have to be mindful of how much money we agree or we're told to spend. And we want this child to have what he has. I mean, have what he needs, but also need to find the best way for the department to make that happen. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, I would like to just avoid any delays, because I know that if we have to, I mean, if they don't accept CCMS, I'm going to have to send that way up the chain, and there could be some pretty significant delays there. And I just want to avoid all of that at any cost possible.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure everybody knows you're on top of it and you're talking to that contact in the department about daycare and you're going to explore all your options. Is that what you're planning to
Yes.
do? Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Pass the witness, Judge.
Anybody else? Miss De La Cruz, have you seen if Miss Lewis's apartment had any flood damage from the big flood, water damage, plumbing, any type of flooding?
I didn't see any evidence of that. No, ma'am.
Did anybody tell you that there was any flood damage?
No.
When you pull, okay, what's the name of the complex she lives at? It's like Park Ridge or something.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I can't
That's what
remember.
it says. It says Parkridge on this little
Okay.
thing.
When you pull into the complex off the street, you know what I'm talking about, Miss De La Cruz?
Yes, ma'am.
Which way do you turn, right or left?
Left.
Okay, and where does she live in relation to the highway? Does she back up to the highway or is she on like the other side? Or do you know?
I mean, she's not right on the highway. I think there's another complex in between her and the highway.
Okay,
Not complex, but a duplex, a
Yeah.
building.
okay. Did Miss Lewis tell you that she was getting a flood concession?
No, ma'am.
Would it surprise you that other people in that complex didn't get a flood concession?
Would it surprise me if other people didn't get one? No.
How much was it? Do you know?
I believe it's 900, which is the amount of her rent.
And how much was the welcome home concession?
Judge, I don't think we're positive that was a concession. We'd have to ask Ms. Spray.
Okay. What other kind of rent supplements or help has she gotten, Ms. De La Cruz?
Well, that I'm not 100% sure about. I'm looking through the dates here and the amounts, and I see, let's see, concession or move-in, a move-in special potentially. No, that was the same one. Sorry. I don't know of any others.
Okay. Why is Mr. Oliva in jail and not TDC? Do you know?
That I'm not 100% sure. He did tell me that he wanted to sit out the rest of his time on parole in county, that he couldn't do it in Kingsland where he was at. It wasn't the best situation for him.
Okay. Have you seen him since he's been in the Llano jail?
No, ma'am. I plan to go next week to visit with him.
Okay, so basically you don't know what he's doing there, other than maybe sitting it out, right?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Don't you're used to the criminal system. I mean, you don't just pick and choose, oh, I want to go to Llano jail. Would it indicate to you that there must be some sort of holes or something on him?
Potentially, yes. I would have, yeah, I would
Why
like to look
else,
into that more.
based on your past experience, why else would he be able to be in the Llano jail?
I mean, if he violated his parole,
Yeah.
he'd go back into custody.
But he was already in TDCJ, right?
Yes. And he was released on parole from what I understand.
Okay. These children are, or let's just talk about Jordan, because Evelyn's with family. Jordan is in foster care because none of the family has been cooperative in letting y'all do a home study. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Or none of them would pass any background checks. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many family members have not let you into their homes? Just the sister?
Yes, I've been told that the parents, the maternal parents would not allow us, but I hadn't attempted that. But just the sister at this point.
So your knowledge, you got two sets of two different homes that won't let you into the house, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What about grandparents? Sydney's grandparents is where she's hanging out most of the time, right? Or who's Johnny? Who's Johnny?
Johnny is her sister, is
Okay.
Sydney's sister.
Okay. What about Sydney's grandparents?
I'm not familiar with them.
Your Honor, if I might, Miss Andrea and I visited Julie Reed and her husband, but they later declined to take hair strands. And
Julie is the grandma, right?
maternal grandma. Her home was appropriate, but she didn't have a vehicle. Not sure if she had a driver's license, and they declined the hair strands in the home study.
What is the sister's name, Miss De La Cruz?
The sister that I went to go visit
Yes.
is Johnny.
Okay. What about, okay, there's some great grandparents. Have you found out, you know anything about them?
I mean, we've done quite a bit of history searches. We've called many families, but honestly, I don't know who's who, but we've called many people.
Well, and I know, I'm just throwing this out. One time, Sydney was with, not Sydney, Evelyn was with some people, I believe, named the Hazels. Have you talked to them?
Yes, I believe I have.
And Judge, if you recall, she was removed from that home.
Okay. Okay. I knew there were some issues, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
And then Miss Andrea and I did go to 2 or 3 other places that were provided that, we'd get one place who'd give us another name. And I think it was like maybe somebody that taught at the school and a couple of other places. But we spent a whole day trying to visit homes one day. And I apologize, I don't have that list in front of me. It may be in my records somewhere. I know it's for sure in Costa's records somewhere, but we have looked extensively for relatives.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all my question. Let's see. Oh, Miss De La Cruz, why is the grandma need help with Evelyn when she's been at the Boys and Girls Club or she's at school all day?
Well, so Evelyn has made it clear that she does not like the Boys and Girls Club. She cries. Pretty dramatic with that. I don't know what the situation is there, but Monica she's allowed her to go half days and then taken her to her place of employment, the other half, just to kind of help Evelyn. And then now that school is in, they are out like every other Friday, I believe. And so that's what Monica is asking for is, for example, this coming Friday, she's out of school and she's asking for some help there. So she doesn't have to take her to her place of employment, or Boys and Girls Club.
Have you talked to Alphabet Alley or any of those places?
No, I've not heard of that. No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll write it down. I think that's the name of the childcare place.
Alphabet Alley.
Yes, Ludi, Miss Garnet, what's the name of the church? You think Miss De La Cruz could call the church Ludi's?
Ludi Watkins, yes, Judge.
Okay.
Okay. My office might have some information for you on that. If you call Miss Garnet, she's filling in while Angelica's out. She goes to church there, and Mr. Wilson knows some stuff. And if you call Miss Garnet, she might have some other information for you too at my office.
Perfect. Yes, ma'am. I will do
County
that.
office might know too, because they got grandkids and they got kids and they got all kind of church connections and everything else also. Okay.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Miss Wright, next witness.
Judge, I would call Miss Spray.
Okay.
Miss Spray, can you unmute yourself?
Hello?
All right, there we go. We can hear you. Miss Spray, can you tell us a little bit about the rent situation and the concession that was made?
So the flooding was since Sydney works cleaning homes like at an Airbnb. So a lot of the time that we just put into consideration that she couldn't clean houses because of flooding and people did not make the reservations. So we gave her that concession.
Okay.
Not because her apartment was flooded, no.
Okay. And then what about the payments? So I'm looking at like a screenshot of her, I guess what's Sydney's side of the payment app. And it says welcome home payment. What is that?
She pays online, so that's what it is. She
Okay.
makes payments online.
So the only help that has, what I'm looking at, the only assistance she's gotten is that concession on July 14th. Is that correct?
I think then in the moving concession, but that was it, which is the $900.
Okay.
So we have several of them that got that concession.
For the move-in special?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then can you tell us a little bit about, I mean, I think you understood that no, she wasn't supposed to have unsupervised visits, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit like what made you allow that happen?
Just Evelyn had missed her Johnny and her cousins and the mom and wanted to spend time with them that weekend. So I did allow it that one time for her, and then one time was at her house. So one time was at Johnny's house for the weekend, and then one Saturday only was at the apartments here with her mom.
Okay.
She
And
brought her
so,
back that Sunday.
so the one time at Johnny's was like Friday to Sunday, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then what, so I heard some testimony that Evelyn came back dirty. Can you tell us about that?
On the last visit when she stayed at her mom's apartment, she didn't come home dirty. Her hair was just knotted up, wasn't combed.
Okay. Okay. So at this point, Ms. Spray, do you have any concerns about Sydney's ability to take care of Evelyn unsupervised?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions of Miss Spray?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, Miss Potts.
Ms. Spray, how many times have you paid the rent or paid part of the rent, because we don't have a full accounting here, for Miss Sydney?
I would say probably twice.
So you've paid full rent
And then
twice? Okay,
I paid half, like some of it.
okay,
So I
so
paid her
twice,
deposit. I paid her $450 deposit to move in.
okay,
And then I paid to just partial of her rent. That's it. This one was because she had missed work, we're assuming, because she works at Airbnb, so we gave her that concession.
okay, but you personally you paid her deposit, what else did you personally pay? I think you said you paid twice?
I paid like half of rent. I don't even remember how much I paid.
Okay. 2 times is correct,
Yes,
that's what I'm
yes.
remembering too. Can you
Mhm.
get us please a full accounting? Not right now, but when you get
Okay,
it.
yes. Mhm.
Okay, okay, thank you. Um, it is my understanding that you also allowed, you took Evelyn to visit Dad at his house in Kingsland, is that correct?
We went and picked him up. It was my mom's 80th birthday. We all went to eat in Marble Falls with my mom and my sister and Luis. So he
Okay.
went and ate dinner with us in Marble Falls.
Okay. And he still had on an ankle monitor, is that correct?
Yes, he got permission to go
Okay.
since it was her birthday.
So why did you allow that when you knew she wasn't supposed to be seeing him and his rights were terminated?
I just did. I don't know why. 'Cause she loves and misses her dad.
Okay.
And he's not gonna do anything when I'm there with her. I didn't take him home. My sister did. Evelyn and I left the restaurant together and he went home with my daughter.
Okay.
My daughter.
So Ms. Spray, in the past, you've indicated to us that, we have allowed for Miss Sydney to come by your apartment complex and visit with Evelyn. Is that correct?
And y'all have allowed her to? Yes, y'all had told her to.
Right. Has she
Yeah.
come by to visit her during that time when you have her?
No,
Not once?
no.
Okay.
Unless y'all tell her to, she will. She never comes from her free will to come visit her or call her or anything like that.
Okay. Does she provide anything for her in terms of
I-
clothes or food or anything?
No.
Okay.
And going back, it's not Sydney's. Sydney did not ask Evie to go the weekend. I'm the one who asked Sydney if she can come for the weekend. Sydney never asked her to. It was on me.
Okay. And isn't it true that you also told me that those things had occurred? You were honest about that with me. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I said I wanted to clarify too that you were honest with me about those visits having had
Yes, I told you.
occurred after when I asked. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you also indicated to me that when Evelyn came back from Sydney's, her hair was matted up. It didn't look
Mhm.
like she took a bath. She had circles under
Well,
her eyes, and it
yeah.
didn't look like she slept. Did I have that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's also my understanding that there is a Mr. Weaver that works at your apartment complex.
Yes.
And can you tell me how he's related to Johnny?
His son is married to Johnny.
Okay. And isn't it true that you have also told me that Mr. Weaver has indicated that they party at Johnny's all the time and that's where Sydney stays?
Do I have to answer that?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
Sometimes he has.
Okay. So you were aware of the alcohol and the parties and Sydney staying over at Johnny's?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And yet you still allowed Sydney to take Evelyn for the weekend over to Johnny's?
Yes, that was my decision, not Sydney's.
Okay. Mhm.
Sydney has never asked to see Evelyn, so I'm the one who asked her.
Do you have a concern that I know there was, going back, Sydney wasn't showing up to any extracurricular activities until we kind of
Mhm.
really encouraged her to go. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you have a concern about Sydney not really wanting to go to extracurricular activities, not coming to see Evelyn when she can come by any afternoon and not calling her? Does that cause a concern to you?
Oh, yes. I mean, she's these last 2 weekends, she has tried calling Evie, but I'm not allowing that anymore because she had a whole year to do that and has never did anything to go out of her way to see Evelyn. So I'm
But
not
she-
allowing her now to call and see her.
uh, well, those phone calls would be allowed.
But I don't have to allow that. I don't have to.
Okay.
I don't have to let her talk to her mom.
Okay. So, the the other question is, if she has never come by, why hasn't she ever come by the office? Does she indicate to you why she didn't come see her daughter?
No.
Does Evelyn know?
Yes, I tell Evelyn.
You tell her what?
I say that no one, that her grandma doesn't call her. I don't, Evelyn wants to call them and I do not allow her to call them because they don't even call her and ask for her. They don't come and see her. Nobody reaches out to call about Evelyn. Nobody does on her side of the family.
Okay.
And I do let Evelyn know that.
Okay, Judge. You can see our dilemma. No further questions.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions, Ms. Spray?
I've got one or two, Judge.
Okay, Mr.
Hi, Ms. Spray. My name is Rob Wilson. I represent CPS in this case. How long has Evelyn been placed with you?
For almost a year.
And how's that been going?
At first it was really hard, but it's gotten a lot better.
Tell me about what was hard.
She was just way behind in school. She didn't know how to write, read. She was just having trouble wanting to do homework, you know, just typical 8-year-old. She's gone to counseling, so basically she has the mind of a 5-year-old, but she's 8. So it's just getting her to kind of catch up to her age. You know,
Okay.
there was a lot of baby talk. We're trying to get her out of baby talking. You know, she's missed a lot of those years. So she's a little bit behind. So that's kind of, that was a struggle.
Yeah. And it's gotten better though, you said,
Oh, yes. Mhm.
but she's still with you all the time. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you ever talked to anybody about taking a break now and then, what we call respite care, something like that?
Yes, I just started to with Marcy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is Marcy going to work on that for you?
I hope so.
Okay. Okay, good. You understand everybody's concerns here, Ms. Spray,
Yes,
about contact that's not been approved?
I
do
do
you?
now.
You do now?
Yes.
Can you explain to us your understanding of what the concerns are that everybody has in this case about Evelyn's safety?
Yes.
Do you believe Evelyn's safe with you?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe Evelyn was safe with Sydney when she was with her?
I do. She loves her daughter. I'm sure. I believe she wouldn't let anything happen to her daughter.
Okay. But you also realize we're here because of choices Sydney made, correct?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So the people in this case are we want to trust Sydney, but she's kind of got to earn it and got to prove herself with us. And sometimes that means enforcing those rules. Do you understand that now?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's all I've got. Thank you, Ms. Spray. Pass to this Judge.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any questions, Ms. Spray? Ms. Spray, when y'all did this birthday luncheon and took Evelyn to see her dad, is he the same person that came up to your door that you wouldn't let in the house?
Yes. And I still won't do it. Yes. The same
Okay.
person.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
People in the apartment complex got flood concessions.
Two other people did.
2 others or 2 total?
Two other people. Yes.
Okay, so
On top
3.
of three altogether.
Okay. And how many people get a welcome home? Was there a welcome home concession?
No, it's a card. I guess she pays online. So it's called the Welcome Home Card. A lot of our residents pay online instead of coming in here.
Okay,
So
so
you have
it's
to pay like $30 to use that card. A lot of people do that. I don't know why.
okay.
Mhm.
So concession wise, the flood deal was the only sort of rent help the apartment complex gave her. Is that correct?
Yes, we did that with all our facilities. Yes, we did.
Okay,
That was, yeah.
okay, I understand. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? No. Okay, thank you. Miss Wright, next witness.
That's all witnesses I have, Judge. I would just, we are asking for unsupervised visits. I know what you said about that. But at this point in the case, we're way far in and she has not gotten to get off unsupervised, even though she's done everything that the department has asked her. So we're just asking for little baby steps so that we can move the case forward. because we don't have real good placement options for these kids on a long-term basis.
Okay. Has she done a nail test, Ms. Wright?
I'm not sure. I know she did a hair test a while back. I'm not sure, Judge.
Right, Ms. Dale Cruz, has mom done a nail test?
I'm looking, Judge.
Anybody know? I don't remember. I didn't get a court report.
Judge, I don't believe we did. She said her nails were too short, and then I don't think it happened, unless Sydney remembers. She may
She's
remember.
trying to say something.
It looks like in November of 24, there was one done and that was a negative. I have a couple hair tests.
Okay,
So it's been a while since she's had a hair or a nail.
okay,
And Judge, I would ask for ETG on that. That seems to be the issue.
okay. I don't think that ETG can be told in the nails.
I think it's hair, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, but if it can, I want it.
okay.
Pretty please. And Your Honor, Miss Evans is going to have to leave pretty soon, and I did want her to talk about Jordan, if we could do that.
Okay, okay, we'll go take her out of order. Okay.
Miss Evans, can you please turn on your camera and unmute yourself? I know you're juggling another child there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell us about Jordan's behaviors and special needs, just very general overview for the court so that the court and the lawyers understand?
Yeah, Jordan has significant sensitivities to transitions. He's easily overwhelmed, especially with loud noises or sensory input. He has really difficult time socially, so he's not able to build relationships, communicate his needs effectively with peers. And he has a difficult time communicating his needs. So what happens is that he gets overwhelmed, and it will start small potentially where there's just like chronic no's, screaming, falling out on the floor, and it can escalate to him being really aggressive. He's hit teachers in the face repeatedly with blocks, ripped his pull-up off, screamed and yelled. He'll hit, kick, bite other kids. We've had days at school where we get reports every hour that he's assaulted someone. He'll also punch himself in the face and headbang when he gets extremely dysregulated. He'll go periods of time where we just see the tantrums, and we're able to mitigate any aggression by using a weighted vest, giving him visual prompts for the schedule, putting noise canceling headphones on him, and really like containing the environment at home. But then when there's changes in his routine or difficulties that he's not able to manage, we'll see periods where he has this spiked aggression. So over the holidays, when there was lots of changing because of routines, he had a lot of aggression. And then since the middle of June, we've seen a spike in his behavior. The school writes reports daily and have a lot of concerns about their ability to manage him. And there's two pieces to the school issue, just for clarity. One piece is that Jordan is currently a basic level of care. It's my understanding if we were to have him reevaluated and he was placed at an appropriate level of care, which would be moderate or specialized, he'll lose his daycare funding completely, and we can't afford to bridge that gap. So what we're asking for is a commitment that even if we stay in CCS, that no matter what level of care Jordan is assessed at, that he's able to continue to receive daycare funding. And then the other piece is that even with CCS, I've not found a daycare that's adequate to meet his needs. I do have him pending an a special education evaluation with Georgetown ISD, where I'm hoping he'd be able to enter, but the soonest they said would be January. And that's if he's still with us. Otherwise, obviously that would go with him. I also have him on wait lists for evaluations for ABA clinics that theoretically could help to provide some care for him as well. He's been in speech and occupational therapy and play therapy since we've had him in October. He did successfully complete occupational therapy, but will likely need to be reassessed when he hits kind of that next milestone to see if he's still making adequate progress.
Judge, that's all I had for Miss Evans. I just wanted to give everybody an overview so they understood the seriousness of his needs. and level of care.
Okay, I have a bunch of stuff written down about that, and Ms. Potts let me know. I mean, for the order today, Ms. Potts let me know if I need to order anything else.
Yeah, Judge, I'm thinking if I know Miss De La Cruz is going to look for that daycare, but if if she's unable to find options, like if he's discharged today or tomorrow, we might not have options. And I think that's the concern because Miss Evans works and also takes care of another child in her home. So if we could go ahead and have the order that just says if Miss De La Cruz is unable to find it, that we could go ahead and put in place the special daycare, I would appreciate it.
I mean, I think his level of care needs to be reassessed. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, Your Honor, it does. We need to go
okay,
ahead and do that. Mhm.
ASAP, here's just what I have. ASAP, CPS must pay for and provide for his child care with no gap in time. Disability specialist needs to be assigned to this case also ASAP.
Yes, Your Honor, I think Miss De La Cruz has already talked to the disability specialist as well as the social security specialist, and they're working on what they're working on.
Okay. Anything else to help Miss Lacy?
Miss
Court
Lacy,
order
do you
wise
need
response.
anything? Miss Evans, do you need anything else?
I don't think so. We've got him in therapy services. We're able to meet his needs at home. The biggest concern is just his needs being met consistently in a school environment where he's not increasing his frequency of aggression. He's starting to mimic other kids' behaviors as well. And I worry that he won't lose those behaviors and it'll just get worse if we don't intervene to not only, I think the point of the CCS daycares, there are a lot in the area, but they'll have 2 or 3 openings. The ones that have consistent, they'll take all CCS kids, just will not be safe for Jordan. He also has the elopement issues, and we've had some issues with their supervision of him as well. So anything we can do to get him an environment with a lower ratio, I'd greatly appreciate.
Okay, hold on.
Ms. Evans, have you checked out Head Start around your area? Was that an option?
Head Start has limited hours. They have the same ratio of 1 to 15. The school that I'm proposing for Jordan is 1 to 5. With that level, him with 14 other kids, so he sits at tables by himself, he plays by himself, and he does that on purpose because he gets so overwhelmed. When you put him with other kids, he'll start swinging his elbows and then escalate to punching and biting. He needs space and a quieter environment.
So I also added, let's see, CPS, the child care is to be in an environment with lower ratio and safe for Jordan. CPS is to confer with Georgetown ISD about his needs. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And report to the court and all attorneys CASA within 1 month. Okay, got that. Okay, thank you, ma'am, Miss Evans. You stay on until you're able to leave if you would like. I mean, until you have
Yes,
to leave,
ma'am.
okay? Okay,
Thank you.
okay, thank you. Okay, Ms. Wright, do you have any more witnesses?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Grove, any witnesses?
No, ma'am, other than to ask Mr. Oliva to respond to the letter that I just mailed him.
Did you
Okay.
respond? Did you write that to Llano County?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, I haven't got it yet, but when I get it, I'll respond to it immediately.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Clyde, what would you like to add?
Your Honor, I think you guys have covered a lot of material, and I agree with all the comments that were made today. The concerns I have are current placement for Jordan and safety, not so much the placement itself, but his ability to receive the services that he needs and the daycare that would be good for him. The recent psychological evaluation of him pointed out the autism level 2 diagnosis and the delayed development. So it's important that he gets that. As has been discussed, his behavior since about mid-June has deteriorated as he moved up to an older class in the daycare that he's currently at. So that disruption has not been good for him. And then for Evelyn, just the concerns, just to reiterate the concerns about the unsupervised visits that occurred. And but she seems to be doing well. She just started the new school year. She was happy to get back into the classroom to see her friends again. So all of those things have been addressed at this point. So I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Potts?
Your Honor, I believe that is all that I have, but I do believe that adequate time is being provided. It is just that Ms. Lewis is not taking advantage of that, and that seems to be a pattern unless we mention it in court or we're on her case every day about going to an extracurricular activity or the court orders it. She just doesn't do it, and that is concerning.
Okay, I have a whole page of orders. Let me ask this. Do y'all think we need to go on a reset mediation? Because our next permanency hearing is 10/21, and then our trial is 11/12.
Yes, Your Honor, that would be good.
Okay. And who, I don't remember, did y'all went to mediation before. Do y'all want the same mediator? You want somebody different?
I don't think we've mediated this.
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
was just
we-
about to say that I missed it.
Okay.
Matt, it's old age.
I confess that fully. I'm still caught up on the beer party and the free rent.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me look at something.
Judge, I wouldn't want to do it too soon because, you know, if our trial's not till November and our dismissal date is December, there's a lot of time for potential improvements or I guess lack thereof.
Well, I have, excuse me, between 10/21 and 11/12. But
I
since
think
that's a
that's,
short time frame, y'all need to go on and get it on the books.
yes, ma'am. No, that's great. Thank you.
Do we need to do in person?
Yes, Your Honor, I think that would be good.
Okay. And placement of 10.
That would be good too.
Okay, mediators, Russ Baker, Fran Brockstein, Angela Dowdle, Emily Miller, Carl Pro, Randy Robinson, Andrew Thompson, Sonia Camp, Matt Camp, Gary Cooley, Dory Mystic, and then I have another former judge that wants to get on the list, but she wants to Zoom. So
Emily? I don't know. It's
Yeah, I only
complicated.
know half of those people but the half I know would be fine. Emily would do a good job.
y'all, Miss Wright, you okay with Emily Miller?
Yeah, I think that'll be fine.
I mean, you got Mr. Baker?
But wasn't he mom's attorney?
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, thanks. Sorry. Forgot.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Emily will do fine.
Mr. Grove, opinion?
Judge, nobody really ever cares about my opinion, but to the extent the court does this morning, I'm fine with that also, Judge. I assume mediation will be at the courthouse there next to the barbecue places.
Well, there's not a barbecue place next to the courthouse, but it'll be somewhere.
Well, it's close enough for a fat guy like me, Judge.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to get to the important part of mediation for that.
It's in the
Yeah.
same town. That'll do.
That is the important part.
Right. And it's not like it's in the same town in Austin. So yeah, you can probably get to it in 5 minutes. You'll be okay.
I don't even like confessing that I live anywhere near Austin, Judge.
Okay. Okay. So here's the orders. Parents shall have a service plan. You have to comply. Your parental rights could be subject to termination. Our next permanency hearing is 10/21/25. Let's see. Paternal grandma is not to assist parents in any manner financially, not through her job, not pay any rent, nothing like that. She is not to allow the parents to have any contact with the children except as told to her by CPS or the advisors. Mom is not to receive credit for any classes until successful course completion is verified by CPS. No sample certificates accepted. Provide CPS with contact information for CPS to be able to verify the completion. CPS, daycare, school specialist to help Jordan's foster family ASAP. CPSs provide childcare assistance for Miss Spray and respite immediately. Miss Sydney can attend Evelyn's extracurricular events if Miss Spray is attending. Miss Sydney is to nail test with the results returned by 9/15/25 per CPS. Sydney is to successfully complete a PETH test as arranged by the department before 8/20/25. Jordan's level of care is to be reassessed ASAP, and CPS must pay and provide for his child care with no gap in time. Disability specialist on the case also to be assigned ASAP. Jordan is to be in a child care with lower ratio and that it's safe for Jordan and meets his needs. CPS is to confer with Georgetown ISD about his needs and report to the court and all attorneys and CASA within a month. Anybody need anything else?
Judge, I believe we may need a standalone order if the department has to pay for the daycare with the lower ratio. I don't think they'll do it without it.
Well, somebody just send me one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can we circulate that order before it's sent to you, Judge, please?
Yes, that's a lot. Yes. And I'll
And,
take a copy of the docket sheet and send it to y'all.
and Judge, what did you order has to be done by 8/20/25?
PETH test. It's an alcohol test. Ms. Daly
Okay.
knows about it.
Thank you.
I'm taking a picture of it right now. Okay. Okay. Good luck to everybody. And yeah, she can go to extracurriculars, but Miss Placement has to be there and she's not to be alone with her. I mean, Placement has to be right there also.
So Judge, is your order no unsupervised or no unsupervised unless agreed by the ad litem's and department?
My order about visitation is as y'all agree.
Thank you.
Okay. With the exception of attending extracurricular, like open house, you know, if she has like soccer game, whatever, she can go to those things with Miss Spray attending and close by.
Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all are excused.
Judge, this is Susan. I apologize, but I forgot to ask for a full accounting of the rent
Okay, who do you want that from?
from Miss Spray, because she'll have it in her records.
Okay, y'all, county attorneys, I'm adding that, but y'all be sure and put that in the order.
Yes, ma'am. I'm adding it now.
Okay.
Holy cow, what do we owe this privilege of having Mr. Dwayne Rogers, the elected county attorney, with us? I'm honored.
Mr. Grove, I will accept your honor. No, I'm teasing. I'm here for about half of them today.
I'll
That's the
accept
way it
your
works.
honor and your accolades.
Okay, Susan, on that last thing.
Checks in the mail, Matt.
Ready to provide attorney ad litem a full written accounting of mom's rent by 9/1/25.
That's perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
Of mom's rent is rent. Does that say the right word?
It's rent, or you could say of who paid the rent or something like that. But I think that's what accounting means, but she may not.
Showing who paid and all concessions made.
Thank you.
Okay, county attorneys, y'all get that? I'll just take another, this is third time, I'll just take another picture.
And is everybody still here? Yes, Sandra's still here. One of the things that we have never requested because we were trying to let her get on her feet was child support. But if it's too late to ask for that, it's okay. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, I would probably want to put her and let her testify to her expenses, because if y'all are saying she can't even pay her rent, I mean.
That's true.
Well, Sonia, wouldn't the rent income necessarily be, or the rent concession? I think we could count that as income.
Sure, impute the hell out of
Just
it.
impute the little bit.
I mean, If I ordered, it'd be like $50. It would be like nothing.
That would be nice. I mean, that's helpful.
I mean, Sonia, you have any objection with me ordering that?
I mean, I think so, Jeff. Because we're not
Well,
doing
Susan,
real
why don't
good.
we set this for a special hearing and we can spend some more county money and have a special hearing about child support?
Okay.
Or you could circulate an agreed order and we give Sonia some time to talk to her client about it.
Why don't you do that?
Will do. Thank you.
Okay, and that would accomplish the same thing. And because if we have to have a hearing, we have to spend more county money. That $50 might be off the table. Just saying.
Understood.
Well, that took a while. Okay, let's see. Newman is next. Vicky.
That
Chris-
should be quick.
Okay, Christian C. Case.
That's mom.
Huh?
That's mom, I think. Christian.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Becky. Renee Herrera.
That's her caseworker, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that's a man or a woman.
Ashley Eckstein. Victoria Martin, Austin, Ashley Osborne, not yet, Mandy, Melissa McClure, Jennifer Harris, yes. Amy
Victoria's
Monte,
on the next case, Judge.
okay, Marcus Wood. I think that's everybody. Okay,
But Judge, I'm on the Weems case. If it's okay with the court, I'm gonna pop into mediation. It doesn't look like my client bothered to show up to mediation, but I'm gonna make an appearance real quick and come back.
is that one of my cases?
Of course it is, Judge.
Which one?
Weiss.
Oh, lovely. Okay, thanks.
I'll be back shortly, Judge.
Okay. Miss Kristen, you need to, are you in bed? You need to sit up and you need to unmute yourself. Okay, cause number 23208 in the interest of the Newman child. Everybody's going to testify. Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, we're in court, so everybody needs to sit up. No vaping, no smoking, no nothing like that. Hats off. This is our status hearing. I'm really sort of thinking about redoing this, resetting this case because I don't like the CPS report. I can read a service plan. I've told y'all and I've told y'all, multiple times, don't recite just a service plan. I want to know how the parents are doing on the service plan. I'm fully capable of reading the service plan, as are all the other lawyers. We all need to know how the parents are complying with their service plan, even at a status hearing. So that made me mad, Mr. Rogers. I know we probably have some new people in this case. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. I don't think I know who the supervisor is. But from now on, when y'all get a report like that, tell them it's going to be rejected, that I'm not going to approve it, and we're not going to have a hearing. Angela Diaz and Renee Herrera, not happening again. Okay, I've reset cases and burned it when that's happened before. I didn't get a cost report. I didn't get a lot of cost reports for the last 2 days. I mean, I have deadlines, y'all, and I don't look at stuff after the deadline. If they're not here by the deadline, I'm not going to look at it. Period. And story. And I'm thinking about not letting people that don't timely file reports testify, because that's not fair. And it doesn't help me or the lawyers get ready for court. So there you go. I think they're due 7 business days, whatever that standing order says. Doesn't it say 7 business days before court? That applies to CPS and CASA. There you go. So anyway, I don't like the report. I don't know very much about this case other than mom's had a mental health crisis lately, and that Bentley is doing well in foster care, meeting all milestones, no ECI because it's on meeting its milestones. So at least the child is doing well. So Mr. Rogers, what's up?
Well, Your Honor, first of all, we will certainly take that into advisement and make sure that we have the reports to the court's liking in the future. And I apologize for that.
Can I interrupt for just a second? I'm sorry, Renee's in the waiting room and he's the caseworker on this case.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I pushed the button and then they went away.
I do believe we could take some testimony about service plan compliance. I do have some information on that if the court would like to hear it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Rogers.
All right. So, there's Mr. Herrera. Okay. Could you reveal your video? Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Let me call Renee Herrera. Sir, the court has inquired about service plan compliance. My understanding is that the mother is not compliant with the service plan, has missed several drug tests. Can you detail for the court what tests she has missed and what other areas she may or may not be compliant with the service plan, please?
Sure. So the test that she missed, just give me 1 second. I do have that here with me. So okay, so she did take the first hair strand test that was on June 13th. She then took a UA on July 3rd. That one she tested negative on. She missed a drug test on July 7th. Also UA, and then she was requested to test the following day, July 8th. Also missed that UA. She was to test on July 11th. She didn't test, and then on July 17th, and then same thing on July 22nd. She missed those UAs.
So she did an initial hair strand and one UA and then has not tested since. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What were the results of the hair strand, if you know?
Sure. So she came out positive for the hair strand. Do you want to know the results?
Yeah, what were the substances she was positive for?
So she was positive for amphetamines, marijuana, and methamphetamines.
Okay. And what about the one UA she took?
The one UA, she tested negative for that one.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Kristen, you need to be quiet. You're making noise and I can hear it.
And so, just to summarize, the court has already referred to this, but there was a significant attempt at self-harm on June 16th by mom, and she had some significant health effects from that, being on life support and having a permanent pacemaker installed. I don't know we need to go into too much detail on that for the sake of our privacy, but I did just want to make sure the court was aware of the situation and what had occurred. The department is also working to contact two possible fathers, I believe, Mr. Tyler Everett and Lee Cunningham. Were those names given to you by mom?
Yes.
Okay. And I understand you have attempted some communication with them, at least at the time of the report, you had not heard back from either. Has that changed?
So that has changed. I did receive new information on
Okay.
their whereabouts.
Okay. And have you gotten into communication with either one of them? And if so, what was the nature of that communication?
So initially I tried to reach out to both Lee Cunningham and Tyler Everett through Facebook. I made a DFPS account, sent a message to Tyler Everett, and he did not respond, but he did see the message. Just 2 days ago, I received a call from his mother, actually, who informed me that he's in denial, that he may be Bentley's father. And she also let me know that he lives in a, she didn't give me an exact address, but she gave me an approximate location as to where he lives.
Can you speak up, Mr. Herrera? The judge having trouble hearing you.
Sure. So when Tyler Everett's mother gave me a call, she gave me an approximate location for where he lives at. And said that he's in denial that he may be the father. And she also mentioned that Tyler is on drugs. I'm not sure if that's accurate now. But she mentioned that he's on drugs. He doesn't have a phone. And she also mentioned that the other alleged father, Lee Cunningham, also lives in that same area. It's in an RV park.
Okay. Okay. Have you had any successful direct communication with Mr. Everett or Mr. Cunningham?
Not at this moment.
Okay. But you'll continue your attempts, I assume?
Yes.
Thank you. Also, Judge, it's come to the department's attention by reviewing the birth certificate that the child's last name is actually Burke, B-U-R-K-E, and that mom's legal name apparently is also Burke. So we'll be amending the petition accordingly shortly. Mr. Herrera, I know it's early days, but has mom made any efforts to comply with her service plan? Has she completed any of the items on the list?
So initially, she did let me know that she had signed up for parenting classes in Kingsland. This is when I last spoke to her in our last monthly face-to-face. She also let me know that she had called to schedule a psychiatric evaluation. So she was given 4 dates to choose from in August and September, and she reported that she wasn't sure as to which one would work out for her as there were transportation issues. But I let her know to let me know whenever she would sign up for one. I've heard nothing since about that psychiatric evaluation. As for individual counseling, she hadn't signed up for them. Same thing there, I hadn't heard anything back from there. And that's about it as it goes for services.
Okay, I appreciate that. I know that the county has got a new provider for public transportation, and you might look into that. They do provide transportation within the region, not just the old Hill Country buses used to do. So there might be some options there if transportation is an issue. Obviously, because it's a status hearing, the department would like to make the service plan in order of the court. But Mr. Herrera, do you need anything else from the court today in this case?
Not at this moment.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions of Mr. Herrera?
No questions, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ms. Harris, any questions?
No, Judge.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wright.
No questions from Mr. Herrera.
Okay, thank you. Next witness, Mr. Rogers.
I have no further witnesses, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Wright, any witnesses?
I just want to call mom briefly.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Christian, can you hear me all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, can you tell me what your intention is with this case? Do you plan to work services, or we had talked about another route? What is your plan at this point?
Well, as right now, I want to do the services, but I'm still trying to reach out to my sister, Susan Kramer. She lives in Illinois, and I'm still trying to get a hold of her.
Okay, so Judge, there may be someone that we want an ICPC done on, but I told Kristen she needed to talk to her first because, if there's no point in ordering it if she's not going to do it. So that's kind of where we're at.
Can Miss Kristen give Mr. Herrera that phone number, that name, so maybe he can reach out, or Miss Harris or Acosta can reach out?
Yes, I will send them the phone number and the name.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all we have, Judge. We don't have any requests.
And ma'am, who is that?
My sister, my half-sister, Susan Kramer,
And where does she live?
Illinois.
Okay. Okay, y'all, and I had on here, Mr. Rogers, that this was possibly an ICWA Indian case too, per Miss Kristen.
Yes. I just don't know what tribe it is.
That's okay. That's their, they can.
We can look into that. Do you have any idea if any of your relatives were on the registration, even if you don't remember the tribe?
I'm not for sure. I know that my mom and my grandma were part Indian.
Okay.
And they're both gone.
Okay. And what were their names?
My grandma was Sandra Mobley.
Okay. Mobley.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your mom?
Betty Winslow.
Winslow, Winslow.
Wislow.
Okay, Wislow. Okay, thank you.
Miss Kristen, I know a Sandra Mobley. Is your relative passed?
Yes, that's my grandma.
Where did she live?
She lived in Hondo.
Okay, different one. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have any questions, Miss Kristen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Casa, anything y'all like to add?
No, we have some concerns because mom goes back and forth between wanting to relinquish our work services. But the baby's doing great. He's been a good placement, has everything he needs. He appears to be on target. He's hearing and seeing and has shown no signs of withdrawal.
Okay, good.
Need daycare during the day. He's doing really good.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Miss Harris?
Nothing to add, Judge. Bentley's doing great. We're early in the case, so I hope that mom decides to get things together and do some work. But if not, I hope that she'll make some long-term decisions if she's not going to do that, so that we don't have a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
I'll respect your choice either way.
Thank you, Miss Harris. What do y'all want me to do about the dad situation? There's two alleged, there's an unknown in here. Do y'all want me to go on and appoint somebody to represent the dad?
Actually, can I say something? I'm sorry.
Yes, if Miss Wright didn't care, is it about the father?
Yes.
Miss Wright, do you
That's
care?
fine.
Okay.
So Tyler Everett, he's actually wanting to do a DNA test. He actually lives a couple blocks down from me.
Okay. Is he a possibility, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, and what about that Cunningham person?
He lives right down the road too. He lives in the same part where Tyler does.
What, is he a
And
possibility?
he told me that he's willing to do it too. And that he was going to sign off his rights if he is the father, because he just wants a better lifestyle for the baby.
Okay.
Well, for the moment, Judge, let me suggest order DNA tests on both of these gentlemen, and if we confirm one, so be it, and if not, we'll add an unknown.
Okay, and it's Lee Cunningham, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, just so I know, what do you think what are the odds on one or both of them? I mean, they're both can't be the dad, duh. But I mean, who do you think?
It looks most likely like Tyler.
Okay, Tyler first. Okay.
Yes.
Are they white, Hispanic, African
They're
American?
white, both.
They're both okay. And are you white, ma'am?
I'm half white, half Hispanic.
Okay. Okay. And what's Bentley look like?
Mostly white.
Mostly. Okay. 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 Well, let's just go on. Here's what the orders are. I'm going to approve the service plan and make it order the court. Miss Kristen, you have to comply with your service plan, or your parental rights could be subject to termination. I'm sure you know that. Miss Kristen will provide CPS for family member, sister, half-sister Susan Kramer, in Illinois. Will provide her information to see if she would be considered for possible placement. So if she would think about it, that'd be great. If not, there's no reason to waste a bunch of time going that way. DNA on Tyler Everett and Lee Cunningham. Everybody get y'all's pens out. I'll give y'all our court dates. First permanency hearing is 11/12. Second one is 2/11/26. Our final trial is 5/13/26, and our dismissal date is June 1st, 26. And I wrote all hearings are agreed Zoom. Does everybody agree to that, or y'all want to come to the courthouse? Zoom. Okay.
Zoom's fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank y'all. Miss Kristen, start work on your service plan or make a plan like Ms. Harris said, and we wish you the best, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're excused. Everybody's excused. Thank you.